Hello everyone and welcome to the Kiki London YouTube channel. My name's Amanda and in today's video we are going to be doing a marble set of nails using the new Kiki London foils. So I really hope you all enjoy watching. To start off with, let's take a look at the foils. So this is box number 10, which is the marble mix. And as you can see, there are 8 different marble designs. I'm going to be using 2 of the marble designs in this collection. So I'm going to be using this gorgeous white one, which has a really soft grey marble running through it. I love that it has that realistic marble stone effect to it. And I've really wanted to use this foil ever since I got the foil collection, so I had to add this one into this set as well. As you can see, it's a clear foil with the dark grey black marble running through it, and it has a bit of a smoky effect to it. Now because it's on a clear foil, you're able to use this over any colour. I'm going to be using it over white. And then I wanted to add a pop of silver. So I've taken box number 4, which is the metallic colours, and I'm going to be using the silver from that collection. Now for today's video, I'm going to be working on a practice hand. I have already applied my tips and a layer of a rubber base coat and cured that so that we can jump into the design. First of all, let's take a look at the colours I'm going to be using. So for my base colours, I'm going to be using a charcoal grey because it's one of my favourite greys from Kiki London. And then I'm also going to be using a coconut because I wanted a really crisp white base. So on the pointer finger, I'm going to apply the charcoal grey. Now to start off with, as you can see, I'm applying a really thin layer. I'm letting my brush fan out as I'm pushing that up to the cuticle area because I find this helps me get a really neat cuticle line. So when I'm doing my first coat of colour, I like to only have a small amount of product on my brush. I find this way I'm able to control the product a little bit easier and focus on getting a really neat cuticle line with just using the bottle brush. If you struggle doing a neat cuticle line with the bottle brush, then what I would recommend doing is getting as close as you can with the bottle brush and then switching to the Kiki London detail brush and filling in the cuticle area with that. Same again here with the coconut. As you can see, I'm pushing that brush as close up to the cuticle as I can with just a small amount of polish. It doesn't matter if your first layer of colour looks a little bit transparent or patchy, because when you come in and apply your second coat of colour, you can rectify that, and that's where you'll get the true coverage from the gel polish. Obviously, different nail techs may work slightly different, so do what works for you. This is just what I found works easiest for me. Now I find 99% of the Kiki London gel polishes do only need 2 coats of colour. So by applying one thin coat and then an ever so slightly thicker second coat, I get a fully opaque coverage with the gel polishes. I popped my first coat of colour in to cure for 30 seconds, then I'm going to come in and apply my second coat. So I have a slightly more amount of gel polish on my brush and I'm applying it in a very similar way. You don't have to worry so much about getting the neat cuticle line with your second coat of colour because you're just going over the top of what you've already got down. So it's a little bit easier. But again, if you do find it tricky, go in with your detail brush to get a closer, neater finish. I find the Kiki London bottle brushes are quite easy to work with. I like the way that they fan out, so I find you do get quite good control of the product. And then once I'm happy with my cuticle line, I'm just smoothing out and pulling that gel polish down so that it covers the entire nail. Obviously, I'm working on quite long nails here, so you're going to need a little bit more product, and you're also going to need to take the time to make sure you're covering all of the side walls, especially if you've got quite a deep C curve in the nails that you're working on. So this would apply if you were doing a set of nails on, say, press-on nail tips like I'm working on here, or if you were doing a gel polish design over the set of hard gel or acrylic nails, or even your builder in the bottle gel nails as well. Sometimes if they've got a deeper C curve, you need to pay attention that you're getting that gel polish around all of the side walls. So now I've cured those for 30 seconds, I'm going to come in and apply my foils using the Kiki London foil gel along with the Kiki London silicone tool. I find this really helps me get a good foil application. And just how gorgeous do these gel polish bases look? I love charcoal grey. It's a beautiful colour for autumn and winter, and I know we're not quite there with autumn and winter nails just yet, but you can't beat a grey set. They work all year round. So now I'm going to come in and apply my foil gel. So on the pointer finger, I want to apply the foil gel to the entire nail. So I'm popping down a thin, even layer of that, and then I'm popping it in to cure for 30 seconds. On this now, I'm going to be using the silver metallic foil, and I just want to randomly press this over the entire nail. I don't want it to be full coverage. I want you to still be able to see the grey underneath. So I'm just very, very lightly tapping it on because the foil gel is super, super tacky. Foils adhere to it so easy. So when you are wanting to create these more random shattered effects with the foils, you need to very, very lightly press the foil on. Otherwise, you will end up getting more coverage than necessary. For now, I'm done with the pointer finger, so I'm going to move on to the middle finger, and I'm going to take one of the Kiki London alcohol wipes, and I'm going to wipe off the tacky inhibition layer that's left from the coconut. I'm wiping this off because I only want my foil to stick to half of the nail. So if there's still that tackiness from the white gel polish, you may find that some of your foil will transfer to that. So I want to make sure I've completely removed any tackiness from the nail, and then I'm going to come in with my foil gel, and I'm going to apply this just where I want my foil to go. So on this now, I just want my marble to be on the top half of the nail. So I'm coming in and I'm painting on that foil gel, but I'm being really careful that I only get it on half of the nail, and I'm trying to create as neat a line as possible just using the bottle brush. Then I've cured that for 30 seconds, and I'm going to come in with the beautiful white marble foil. So I'm lining this up so I can get that grey marble line running through it. Then I'm going to press it down onto where I've applied the foil gel. Now I start off with my finger just rubbing out and making sure that it's made a good contact with the nail. And then I'm going to switch to my silicone tool and really work this foil into the foil gel. Now it is a little tricky doing this on a practice hand because, as you can see, my nail tip is moving around a little bit. It's a lot easier doing foils on yourself or a client, but I'm just taking the time to really rub that foil and work it into that tacky foil gel. Then I start checking it. It did feel as though it hadn't quite stuck at the very tip of the nail, so I went back and just re-rubbed. And you can see I switch really between the silicone tool and my thumb or finger. And then, as you can see, that foil has transferred really, really well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off the design by coming in with some of this glittery striping tape and just running along where that foil ended, so we've got a nice crisp straight line. You could do this with either striping tape, or you could even come in and paint on a line if you wanted to. I decided to go for the glittery striping tape just to add a little bit of something else to the design. Then when I'm pressing down that striping tape, I'm going to use my silicone tool because I find this really helps striping tape adhere to the nail. And then once again, that's the middle finger finished for now. So we're going to move on to the ring finger. Now on the ring finger, I'm applying a full layer of foil. So I want to apply a full layer of the foil gel. So as you can see, I'm running my brush over the entire nail, making sure that I get a nice even layer of product. You want to make sure that you're fully covering the foil, you're fully covering wherever you want your foil to go, because your foil isn't going to stick if there's no foil gel there. So when you're doing a full cover now, it can be a little bit tricky. So make sure that your foil gel is on the entire surface of the nail, especially around the cuticle and sidewall areas, because that can be where it's a little bit harder to get your foil to stick down. Then I've lined up my foil and placed it directly down onto the nail. And as you can see, again, I'm starting out using my finger and just working that foil into the tacky foil gel surface. And then I'm switching to my silicone tool. And I'm using the silicone tool here to really rub out the creases. When you're doing foils over longer nails, you're going to have your apex to work over, which can be a little bit tricky. So I'm taking my time with my silicone tool and my thumb to work out any bubbles or creases that are going to be in those areas, because the foil is having to transfer over the curve of the nail. Now this transferred really, really well. I just had the odd little area here that hadn't quite transferred. That's fine. You can just come in with your foil and re-tap that area. So this is what our design is looking like so far. Now I want the middle finger and the ring finger to have a glossy top coat, so I'm going to come in with the no wipe rubber top coat and apply that to the middle and the ring finger. Now I personally prefer the rubber top coat over any kind of nail art I'm doing because it's that little bit thicker. It seals everything in nicely, especially when you are working with foils. Sometimes you may find that they can chip or peel, and I find that I don't have any of those problems if I'm working with the rubber top coat. Now the rubber top coat is a little bit thicker, so I like to really work it into the nail, make sure that it's applied nice and evenly. If you do feel as though it's a little bit uneven, just give it a couple of seconds to self-level before you pop it in to cure. Now, I haven't done the rubber top coat on the pointer or the little finger because I want those two nails to be matte. So I'm going to come in with the no wipe matte top coat. I absolutely love a set of nails that have a combination of glossy and matte. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. So I'm applying the matte top coat very similar to how I applied the rubber top coat, making sure to fully cover the entire nail, avoiding the cuticle and sidewalls. Then once I've finished applying the top coat, I'm going to pop these nails into cure for a full 60 seconds because the rubber top coat requires a 60-second cure. And this is what our design looks like so far. Now I really liked it, but I did feel as though the little finger looked a little bit plain. I was going for a more easy, beginner friendly set of nails, but I did feel as though the little finger just looked a little bit too simple. So I decided to come in and add some crystals. So I'm going to come in with my Kiki London rubber top coat as well as my Kiki London detail brush, and I've just painted on a tiny amount of the rubber top coat in the cuticle area. Then I'm also going to be using the new Kiki London Dotting and Gem tool to apply my crystals. So as you can see, I'm picking up my crystals with the silicone waxy end, and then I'm moving them into place with the dotting tool end. This tool makes applying crystals so much easier. I'm applying crystals and teeny tiny caviar beads here, and it even made the caviar beads easier to apply. Now ideally, if I was doing this set of nails, I wouldn't have done the layer of matte top coat yet. I would have just done my layer of rubber top coat, popped down my crystals, and then if I wanted to have the matte effect, I then would have popped my matte top coat on. But because I wasn't sure that I was going to add the crystals until after I top coated, that was why I did it this way. But it is a little bit easier if you're adding crystals to pop your layer of rubber top coat down first. So I cured that rubber top coat, and then this is the finished result. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. All of these products are available on the Kiki London website, which I always leave linked in the description box below, so do check that out. If you did enjoy today's video, please do give it a thumbs up and leave us a comment below. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do consider hitting that subscription button, and then I shall see you all again in the next video. Thank you all so much for watching. Lots of love. Take care. Bye bye.